It's really good to see you all, you guys, again. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. Hi, Liz. How you doing? Good, good. Does anybody have any questions at all about anything at all? I was like,
Will you be able to receive the Reiki at the Golden Chariot? If, say for instance, I don't get it until then, will I be able to do it all at one weekend?
of course. So with the Golden Chariot, it's gonna be that's gonna be a 3 day weekend. It'll be Friday. Friday is going to be specifically for people who are completely new to this because by that time there will be other people that have just kind of caught up to what we've been doing all along, and they will need that, as no one will have the Golden Chariot unless their Kundalini is activated first. It has to be that way. So Friday will be for those people. And then Saturday, which will be the second day, that's going to be for people to receive the primordial staff. And then the third day will be the seminar. One of the things I tell people is that everyone or no one has an excuse not to know what is being offered on every level. So when people say, I'm going to give you an example. I sent you guys a discourse about, I forget which discourse it was. I believe it was number 6. And I felt it was really important. And it was a young lady that happened to remember at the very end of our conversation that she was standing on a very long line, and myself and Archangel Michael were basically identifying the 144,000. That's what she saw. And Michael said, and I said, now this woman, what I didn't say and what I didn't allow to be unearthed was she's tried for about 4 lifetimes, and every single time she does the same thing. She gets to a certain point of her evolution, and then she drops the ball and disappears. That was I don't go against Archangel Michael, and not that I went against him this time, but when he puts something in motion, I trust his judgment because he knows what he's talking about. His vision is a lot further than mine is. And I said, I vouch for her. Let's give her a shot. And he looked at me and said, so we checked the name off the list. She became a student. She came to the seminars a couple of times. Just like Michael said, she vanished in the wind. She disappeared. So this is an example of how before anything happens in your life in the physical, it happens in the spiritual first. I keep telling you guys, remember this dream that we're having. How many of you guys have said, "Oh, I had a dream about you, but I forgot what you were saying. I saw your mouths moving, but I don't remember what you were saying." That's an indicator that people need to basically catch up to the ability to be able to retain the things that are going on inside of their life. Because, like I said today, if someone gave you, and you'll hear me repeat this analogy, but if there was a movie about you that was a hit and it was all about you, that entire movie is about you, I would think that it's something that you would want to see. And all of you have literal, and it's beyond movies. The things that we have on this planet that we call movies are, they pale in comparison to the things that are really going on in the spiritual world that have to do with you. And when you come to this life and you decide to miss out on that or not see the movie by forgetting your dreams and the transmissions and everything else that's going to catch you up to what already is going on, makes your divine parents wonder if it was worth them projecting you into this world. And you're constantly being offered things. You guys really don't fit that bill because obviously you're here and you're doing the interface, but there's a lot more to your life than you could imagine that's going on beyond the veil. Your job is to catch up to what's going on, attach yourself to what's going on beyond the veil in a conscious way, and then become part of it, or else you're just like a lot of the other billions of transient souls that are just floating around in the universe aimlessly, that are waiting to catch a purpose and become part of it and grow into something. It's really no different than what sperms do.
Shit.
There are billions of sperms, science will tell you this, that enter the womb at the same moment, looking for that opportunity to germinate into something else. As above, so below. And there are also souls that are these floating sperms that are all over the universe, not just here on Earth. Earth is very, very far from where the action is. Our planet is moving through the universe and it's moving toward that egg. It's moving towards the center of the galaxy to become more expanded. And the better we do on this planet as a people, as a humanity, not a race, but as a humanity, that speeds up the travel time that it takes for us to get there. And we're still several 100,000 years behind Venus, which is like right in front of us, and other planets. And certain gods came here from Venus to help this planet and the people of this planet to kind of catch up because that's our sister planet. So Earth is continuing to be stubborn and ignore the emancipation that it's constantly being offered. And I've come to each and every one of you in your dreams and have talked to you directly and told you things about yourself and said, you know what's in your destiny if you do this, if you do that. And some of you remember and some of you don't. So again, you guys have a divine ordinance, which means that before your birth, and I'll say this again, you guys are the 144,000 is going to be led by a certain group of souls that have gotten in front of the line to lead the charge. And you guys represent that, believe it or not. And when you take 144, how many of you guys are good at math? Okay, good. So if you take 144,000 and then you backdrop it against what percentage of 144,000 is it of 7.5 billion people? And it's something, it's very simple to figure out. Billion has four sets of zeros, and 144,000 has one set. So that makes it less than a fraction of 1%. And then a lot of the 144,000 hasn't woken up yet. They haven't decided to say, I want to honor this drive that I have to explore. Let me go to YouTube and see what's in it. First thing that'll pop up is, oh, that's interesting. Let me look at that video. That's interesting. Wow, I'm tingling. There's something about that. Wow. Ah, I'm gonna watch Basketball Wives.
They might tingle there too.
Yeah, in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything has a sensation. Everything has a signature to it. Which sensations are you drawn to? Which ones are you paying attention to? Which ones propel you forward? You know. So I just thought that was worth mentioning. And with that being said, there are again, there are a lot of things that um, I'm challenged to put into lyrical form and articulate to you guys. So when the time is right, I guess, or if someone asks or whatever it is, like we did in Egypt, I think it was you two guys that asked the question, and it stimulated certain things that needed to be addressed. When those moments occur, um, we'll end up expounding on them. Um, and I think that's appropriate. And that's why I ask, does anybody have anything to ask? But you don't. So, about tomorrow, we all will have breakfast at 8 o'clock. I don't think it's going to be in this room, which is good because it'll give us a chance to lock in. This room is this isn't, I don't know if this is set up for as many people. So there's a pillar here, and that screen is going to be over here. Um, so who's going to be in the front? It's going to be Jennifer, and you have the list. And I would love for you to have maybe uh, three, right? Branson, you want to be in the front signing in people? This is very important because people are very slick. So if their name is not on the list, they should be able to produce their Eventbrite or whatever agreement they say they had with me, because some people have said that they have an agreement and they don't. So I want you to be very specific about, did you print those forms about the agreements and whatnot? Okay. So they need to not come into the room until they sign that and you look at it and you see it's legible and it's not just chicken scratch. And then please have it brought to my attention when you have them, and let's make sure that that's straight.